Hi, I am Alok Srivastava and I welcome you once again to Network Nuts YouTube channel. So guys, in this video, we are going to learn about a very important objective from RHCSA certification. So if I go to Red Hat website and you see the topics or the TOCs of RHCSA certification, that is Red Hat Certified System Administrator. So one of the important objective is managing users and groups. So this is a very important part. So we are going to cover this in this particular video. It's going to be a very short and crisp video, and we will be covering these things: how to create user accounts, delete and modify, change the password aging policies, how to change the group memberships, and how can we configure a super user access. So let's start this, and remember this is a important exam objective also, and is clearly mentioned on Red Hat website. So this is my machine which I'm going to use. So guys, simple stuff. If you are seeing this, that means you are already comfortable with the installation part and the VI editor and stuff like that, and the file system. So the first thing that you should use is to create a user account. Is a very simple command, useradd. So useradd is the command, and any point of time you have got any doubt, just write user and press tabs 2 times. You will get all the commands which are starting with user. So it's very simple. Give useradd and the name of the user that you intend to create, and still any point of time if you have got still some doubts, use -h for the help. If I press enter here, it will show me the usage, how this command need to be given, the useradd and the login name, and these are the options which you can use. So perfect. So I simply give here useradd and I give the name here Alok. Say I created a user with the name of Alok, and the password need to be given. So I have to give the command password and the name of the user, and whatever password you intend to give, feel free to give. I'm giving Red Hat as the password. Perfect. I can create more users. Say I create another user, say RN, and I give the password to this user. I'm giving the same password, guys. Red Hat is the password. Right. So I have got 2 users which are created. These are the local users. And now one thing that you need to understand is that where these user account goes. So as you know, everything in Linux is stored as plain text files. So guys, this is the command under etc password which contains the user information. So you should be aware of this. If I open this, and you have to be very careful as you are opening a system file. So that's it. So this is it. So every user in Linux, especially in RHEL8, the operating system which I am using, every user is assigned a value. We call it a UID. So root is given a value of UID, and then from 1 to 999, if you see here, these are the system users. So 1 to 999, remember, 0 is the UID for root, which will always be there. UIDs from 1 to 999 are reserved for the system user and the services. These are the things. See here. So for every service, now the point is that what is this system users and services, and why I should use it? We will be running a lot of services on our machine, right? So for every service, there is a user, like cronny. We have a user here, right? And we have FTP. For FTP service, I have a user here. So the job of the FTP user is to manage the FTP service. The job of the cronny user is to manage the cronny or the NTP service. And guys, if you look carefully, all these users have got a shell of no login. That means you cannot log in with these accounts. And the first user that we have in this machine is the student user, and the UID is 1000, and the shell is bin bash. And these are the users which I have just created, Alok and RN. So what goes inside the etc password? First is the name, colon is the field separator, then X means the password is there, but the password is not there. Password is somewhere else. Then comes the UID, then comes the GID. So if the 2 colons are coming here, that means I hadn't specified the full name. So the full name field is blank. See here, it is not blank. Then the home directory. So we know that the home directory goes inside home, and the shell is bin bash. That's wonderful. So save and come out from here. And at any point of time, I can modify the user. Say I forget to specify the name, the full name of the user. No issues. So you can give the usermod command. S is for, and any point of time you give H again for the help, and C is the option to specify the full name, right? So I can simply give here usermod -C, and I say Alok Shrivastava, and the name of the user account is Alok. So the moment I give this and I again go back to etc password and I show it to you, you have the full name appearing here. That makes sense. So guys, you need to understand what goes inside etc password. This is important. Right, that's it. So one more thing, where are the passwords? So password goes under etc shadow. Now this is something strange. No one has got no permissions on etc shadow. So if I go to etc shadow, if I open etc shadow here and I straight away go to the bottom, these are the user accounts which I have created, Alok and Aryan. I hope you can see it. This is the Alok. So first field is the name of the user, colon is again the field separator, and from first colon to the second colon is the password which is encrypted. And these numbers are the password aging policies, which I will be discussing in a while. Right. So if you remember, for both the users, I have given the same password, right? So the algorithm which is used by RHEL8 to encrypt the password is SHA-512, SHA-512. Got it? So my common sense says that if the algorithm is same, SHA-512, the input is same, Red Hat, so the output characters should also be same, right? But it is not here. See, it's totally different. It is something with D, it's ending with, say, it's ending with 6 or 9, and this is ending with K is SZ, right? So how it is? Now, one important thing that you need to understand, that this is the whole password field, but the password field is again subdivided into certain blocks, and the block is separated by $. Can you see it here? The $, is here, $1 is here, and every user has got first 3 characters as $6, and then there are some characters here, and then I've got another $. So guys, $6 is the code for that, for which algorithm is used to encrypt the password. So guys, 6 is the code for SHA-512, right? So if you see 6 here, that means SHA-512 algorithm is used to encrypt the passwords. And one more thing which is very important and I wanted to share with you is that passwords cannot be decrypted back. It's an irreversible process. You can break the password, but you cannot decrypt it. So you need to have a very clear understanding on that. So all the users have got the SHA-512 algorithm to encrypt the password. Now, then this value from first $, to the next, to the second, third $, from second $, to the third $, we called it salt value. So what happens when you enter some keystrokes or Red Hat as the password, the algorithm will not encrypt only your keystrokes. It will add some random characters in it, got the point, and then encrypt it. So these random characters are known as salt, and these are also encrypted. So there is, I think, once in a million chance, or rarest of the rare chance, that 2 times the user has fed the same characters or the input and the salt will be same. It will never be like that. So that is the reason, though in both the cases I had specified Red Hat as the password, but the encrypted characters are different. Otherwise it would be very easy for anyone to see, okay, if these two encrypted characters are same, that means the password is same. So that's very easy. So that's why, to maintain the uniqueness, in case the user is feeding the same characters, the salt is used. And then we have these numbers, we call it password aging policies. So I'll be coming on to it, right? So the password information goes inside etc shadow, remember it. Okay. And for every user, the groups get stored under etc group. That's a file. So if I do a cat of etc group, you will see a primary user, a primary group will be created for every user. No problem. So I can also create group, we call it secondary groups, and then add the user in the group. That is again one of the objectives of Red Hat as being specified by Red Hat. So we can modify the user, we can change the password. I'll be coming on to the password aging policies. Then the groups is one of the things. So let's first understand how can I delete a user. Modified we are done using the usermod command. And then let's see how to delete a user account and then how to change the password aging policies. So if I go back to my machine, so if I check it out at C password, there is a user there, Jack. So let's suppose I intend to delete this user account. It's very simple, guys. Use userdel and then the Jack straight away. Nothing rocket science. It's fairly simple stuff. But one important thing that I want you to remember is that when you remove a user account, the home directory is not deleted. The reason is very simple. The user might have done some job which might be useful for the company. He has left the company, not the job that he has done. So that's why the default option is the home directories will not be deleted. In case you intend to delete the home directories, then you should be using the -r option with the user account, right? So that you need to remember very carefully. I'm not doing it, but you should know this. Perfect. Now, the second thing which Red Hat says that you should be very comfortable in handling is the password aging policies. We have changed the password, no problem. What is the password aging policies? So let's understand that. Guys, if I give, so I had created some user accounts. If you remember, I had created Alok and Arvin, right? So these users are there and they've got some numbers which were coming in the etc shadow. Some numbers are coming. So guys, these are the password aging policies. What are this? So I can simply give a command chage, change age. If I give chage -l Alok, it gives me the current password aging policies for the user. Let's understand, let's take quick run that what exactly it is. So the last password change is the current date. Today is 10th of January 2020. So I had created the user account and I had changed the password. So when the last time the password was changed will be shown here. This is the default aging policy, which is actually absurd, nonsense aging policy. But it is what it is. I'm not blaming anyone. So password expires is never, means the user is free to use the same password throughout his life. Password inactive is never. Perfect. Account expire is never, means Alok is going to work with this company throughout his life, which will never happen. Minimum number of days between password change is 0. That means there is no restriction on when the user can change the password. If he had changed the password right now, he can again change the password in next 5 minutes. There is no restriction as such. Maximum number of days between password changes 99,999 days. That means, which is nonsense, that means machine is going to force Alok to change the password after 99,999 days. So if my math is right, which is not, I've got a very weak math, it is somewhere around 240 years. So by then Alok would have gone with the wind, right? So it is a nonsense policy, but it is what the default is. And the number of days of warning before the password expire is 7 days. That means at 99,092 day, 7 days prior, machine will prompt Alok, hey Alok, change the password. Alok is dead, man. So it's of no use. So let's change it. So that is one of the important objectives. So if I give a chage of help of chage, I always encourage students to take the help. Don't cram. Any point of time you have got issue, just give this command. See, it's very simple stuff. Just give this. Now I can give this chage. Say minimum password age is 2, maximum is say 30, warning is say for 5 days, and inactivity is say 7 days for the user alloc. Simple. What does that mean? So if I would have given this command without showing you the help, you would have shut down the video by now, right? But now the things are easier. So what I specified is small m is for minimum number of days. That means 2. That means if Alok has changed the password today, he is forced to use the same password for next 2 days. Minimum number of days before you change the password. I hope I'm clear. Maximum number of days, obviously it's very clear that for next 30 days the password is valid. Warning will be coming 5 days in prior. That means at 25th day Alok will be getting a warning that hey, your password is going to be expired. Okay, the last is inactive. What is that? After 30 days Alok will be given 7 days grace period. Alok is a very busy guy, right? He forgets to change the password. He's so busy. So machine gives you a grace time. Okay, for next 7 days I will keep it, but after 37 days if you hadn't changed the password, your account will be inactive and you have to go to the root, and then only root will be able to change it. So if I repeat the same command here, you can see it's changed, everything changed. So that is how you should be able to change the password aging policies for every user. Let me try this. If I go to Alok and Alok is trying to change the password, current password is Red Hat. He's saying you must wait longer to change your password because the minimum number of days is 2. You cannot do it, man. So I'm doing a control C here. I do an exit here. I hope that is clear. Now, the problem area is that I have got 100 users. So am I supposed to give this command for 100 users? Means first I should give the useradd command and then I will give the chage command, and I have to do it 100 times. Nonsense. Now, what we need to understand is that but before I jump further, I hope the chage is clear. So there must be some file where the default settings are coming. So the file which controls the default aging policy is under etc login.defs. Remember guys, any configuration, it is inside etc and its subdirectories. So that's the file which controls the default settings. So I open this file, and again a word of caution, you have to be very careful as you are opening a config file or a system file. Here it is. This is the culprit. Change these values. So I change it to maximum days is say 35, minimum is 1, and I say warning is 4, right? Save and come out. You have to be very careful. Now, what will be the effect? The settings in this file is copied to the user which we create. So if I create a new user account, say Arnav, and give the password here, sorry, Red Hat is the password I'm giving right now, and if I give a chage -l and the username, you will see it is automatically getting the modified settings. So in that way you can save a lot of work. So any point of time you are given a task to create user account, do yourself a favor, ask your superior or whoever is given that do we have a password aging policy in our company, and if you have, which I think you will have, please first modify the file and then start creating the user account. Otherwise you have to give the chage command for every user, which can be a pain in the wrong places in your body, right? You got me. Perfect. So that is how you can change the password aging policies. You need to know that. So that is again one of the objectives, the password aging policies. Now we know how to create user accounts, modify, delete. We know how to change the password, which file contains the passwords, how to adjust the password aging policies, and which file modifies or controls the default password aging policies, right? So that is all. I am just doing it. So I will be splitting this particular task in 2 videos. So in the next video, I'll be focusing on the user accounts how to create user accounts groups, and then we will be proceeding further. So till then, I will highly recommend you to do these things. These are important. Thank you very much. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Take care. Godspeed.